Well, I've already been into the grow room today, and I've done the Spotlight Sunday video, and then I decided to do a trough of water and check the water in the water butt, which was still 113 TDS, and so I discarded that, and I did a trough of the tap water from upstairs, and it actually came out at 51 TDS. So I've been watering the plants, and this orchid here, which is the Maxillaria memoria benbellina, has been sat in two pots, that one which has got holes in, and this outer one. There we go. Where's my label? And I thought to myself today, I've just checked it, and I've done some notes. Well, I'd already done some notes. So this memoria benbellina is made up of two maxillarias, the variabilis, and the variabilis is a below trees in open or dense humid forests. At elevations of 500 to 2,500 metres, as a small-sized warm to cold-growing terrestrial, lithophyte or epiphytic orchid. Right, so that's the variabilis. Now the tenuifolia part of it, because I've done the notes, you see, the tenuifolia part of it, that's the coconut orchid, and that's again from Mexico to Costa Rica, at elevations up to 1,500 metres. And this is the one that has the long rhizomes and the climb, and as you know, so it wants to climb out of the pot. But it's a good plant, and can be kept in a 6-inch pot. The paramount quality of the media is that it doesn't stay constantly wet. So sphagnum moss may be the least suitable. The paramount quality of the media is that it does not stay constantly wet. Well, I've just said that, haven't I? And it should be watered, and it shouldn't be watered again until it almost approaches dryness. So it's light tolerance, and it can be, so it's a species, and it can be grown in a greenhouse or with fells on a windowsill. But the lower the light, the longer the whip-like foliage is. And so, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I've been putting this off because I did have it mounted, and I think I was drowning it when it was in a mount. And I've got this little pot here. And I've got this nice clay pot here. Okay. Now, it goes lovely in this clay pot. But I've got lots of holes in it. So I thought, well, how am I going to get round that? Because if I put it right at the bottom, that's fine, because it'll be able to grow up. But what I want it to do to start with, you see, there's the pot. What I want it to do to start with is to establish some roots, because I've no roots. Look at them. I've no roots, simply because I've kept it too wet. And, I mean, it's in dire need now, because I've got some rotting bulbs. So let me show you. I thought, oh my goodness, I've left it too long. Okay. Right. I don't know if can you see, there's that one there. That one. There's this one here. That's 2. 1, 2. Is that one I've just shown you? Let's have a look. Well, I've got that one for a start. Here. Oh, there's one behind it, so that I have got 3. Can you see them? 1, 2, and there's one in there, 3. So I've got to do something about it. So I thought, well, what I'll do first is I'll cut these little rotting pseudobulbs off. And then I thought of anchoring it in this little square pot and placing it inside this holy clay pot, just to give it a little bit of height, and it'll allow the excess water to go through. So I've got cinnamon, I've got dragon's blood, and I've got the sharp scissors. What more can a girl ask? And see, no wonder it's not produced a new root system. I don't know how it's gone so far. So let's deal with these rotted pseudobulbs first. I just wonder at times whether or not I could just leave them and just let them die back naturally, but oh, let's have a look. Does it? It's hard, so that was lucky enough, because I've got all these roots here. You see, it's come from that little area there. You've got to be careful when you use cinnamon, because cinnamon will dry the other roots, and it's just that little tip there. So I've done that one, and you see, just done that one. So that's one got rid of. See, I've got these. It's trying, poor thing's trying, and then to grow, and there it's been halted in its step by being too wet. Right, there's this one now. And what shall I do with this one? Can you see that one now? There. This one here. I wonder if that'll... Yeah. Let me see. Oh, it's come away and left a little area there where it's taking it back. Right. Oh dear. Stays like this. I've been putting it off and putting it off. And I said to Insa, I need some inspiration. And I've just got that one in there now. That one. I may as well get rid of them all. Oh look, it's come off. So that's 3. Mind you, they hadn't gone completely to mush. And I've got a little area just down there where I've pulled that one out of. You probably won't see down there. So let's put a little bit more of this cinnamon in just there. Right. Okay. And if we tip it up, you'll see there's the rhizome just there. And that's what I thought of doing. Just let me get my little zip ties, because these can be fiddly little things to put on. I try and put a small one on, and then sometimes it's too small, so I'm going to go for this slightly bigger one, and then I might get it done on the first go. And I can get back to watering some of the plants. Okay. Right, here we go. And let's hope. You can tell it's distressed. Look at the yellowing of the leaves. And it's making no new ones. Right, so what I did, okay, just trying to get the frame bit, there we go, is you've got this middle part here, and you see these. So I thought, well, I'm not going to, let's see if I can do it that way. Is it that way? One goes in through there and one goes in through there, and hopefully if you do it right you can get it and tighten it. Right, let's see if I can do it. Which one shall we go for? This one? Hold on. There. So I've got a little bit, can you see, just sticking out there. So what I need to do now, somehow, this is the fiddly bit. Now just hold on, I'm going to just take you off camera because it could take me a while, this could. Hold on. Okay, actually that wasn't too bad. Sorry about that. Okay, so you see we've got a new little growth coming there, and I've got all these roots in here now which I assume will eventually be discarded. I've got that zip tie coming out here, and I've managed to put it into this area. So what I'm going to do now, can you see? Down there. What I'm wanting to do now is to put some bark here, through here. And I've got, see these roots, some of these roots. It doesn't matter if they come through, because they'll only go inside the terracotta pot. I suppose by pulling some through, it'll anchor it, it'll allow the media that I'm putting in to anchor better. Okay, and this is just Orchid bark, okay. And I can push this in tight. Here. So let's push it back now. I'm being quite forceful here to push it back. You probably hear the small fan above us. I've turned the big oscillating one off, and because that sits right behind me. Okay, and that's the one, this big one here. That's had those rotted pseudobulbs. So let's see if I can. Put a little bit more of this bark media in here. I'll have to go on my hands and knees afterwards and pick up what's dropped. Okay. I hope you're all in vision here. Okay. Right. Let's see if I've got it pushed down enough. Most of the roots are here, but right, okay. I could just do with something. Got a little, I don't think I brought one up with me. I've got some stakes like this, these plastic ones. And what I'm wanting to do is just push this stake in here. I mean, it doesn't matter coming out at the bottom, because that's going to go down into that pot, but it'll just help stabilise. And if I use one of those little tiny zip ties, it should just help to stabilise that. Let's see if I can just get this to go through there. Let's see whether I've got the right angle so it zips it alright. Yeah, These are fiddly, these little ones. You don't get them the right way round. No, it won't, because I've got half of it the wrong way around. There it'll go now. Okay. There we go. So that's going to just hold that back, this one here, just hold it back a short while to enable that to start growing, where I've cut those pseudobulbs off there. Okay, I push a little bit of bark just in there, and hopefully now, there we go. Let's see if it'll tie it a little bit tighter. I'll cut that tail end off in a minute. Right, time's marching on, and then what I can do now, you see, it's quite firm in there. I'll cut these little plastic pieces off afterwards, and then I'm going to place this inside this holy clay pot. I mean, I thought actually at the beginning of actually planting it in that, but I've got a big hole underneath, and I don't want all this media coming out of it. And with planting this way now, it's going to feel firm enough in there, and when I want to water it I can lift it out as easily as that, water it, and then bob it back in, and not until it's recovered sufficiently enough to have enough roots that I could transfer it into this big holy clay pot itself. So let me just put this to one side now, and I'll just finish with some exciting news I discovered last night. And you bear with me. And this is in this other clay pot, this one. And in this one I have Vanda peaches. But it's not just in the clay pot, it's in a plastic pot. Again, you see, the plant was too small. It's in a plastic pot, in the clay pot, and I've got again another one of these plastic stakes, and this faces the window, and look what I discovered. Can you see the little flower inflorescence? So absolutely, that was such a surprise last night when I was putting everything away. And anyway, so I'm going to finish on that note. So I'll have now two not Vandas, but that's the last of my holy clay pots. And but at least I've done it now, and I'm going to keep my eye on that, and then in a few minutes I'll continue to water the rest of these orchids. And I've just watered this big one here, this Galliopetulum, Princess Haruri. That's a big one. So thank you for joining me again, and tomorrow's the spotlight video. 8th of April I got that, 8th of April. So I'll change that date now, and hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed, it'll survive. I'll take all my rubbish downstairs and bid you all farewell. Bear with me. Bye bye now.